Alright. Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. This is Rudy. Hey, I was going to walk along the beach and just talk a little bit. It's a little bit before sunrise in Belize. Man, this place is heaven on earth. I can't explain how wonderful it is. You know, the wonderful air, the sand, the wonderful beachfront. Belize is just a great place to visit. And I'm down here getting married to my fiance. I'm the most blessed man on earth, there's no doubt about it. But anyway, I thought I would walk along the beach, and I don't know how much you guys will be able to see in the dark, but can you guys see okay? Probably not. Maybe I'll have to do this when it lightens up a little bit, but one thing I wanted to talk about is that Zeitgeist movie that the video that I did, where I mentioned that Jacque Fresco is an evil chimpanzee from hell sent to deceive you guys. Man, I stand behind every word in that video. See, I think my confidence probably freaks some people out because they probably never met anybody with a strong philosophical foundation before, and they're used to people giving in to peer pressure, and they're used to people giving in to you know, the zeitgeist of society. You know, the word zeitgeist means the changing morals of society. And that's the problem, is that if you don't believe in a higher being, if you don't believe in God, then you've got to believe in something, right? You got to have some sort of faith. And so people have faith in man and the society that man builds. And so society can build some very, very corrupt systems. And there's a film called The American Form of Government, and I would ask that you guys go check that out. But it talks about building a society and a form of government that's less tyrannical than than most systems. The laissez-faire capitalistic system basically allows for three functions for a valid government, and that is a judicial system, a police force, and a national defense. Now, no matter what system we're talking about, whether it be capitalism, socialism, communism, fascism, Nazism, Zeitgeistism, any of those systems will fail if you put corruption in it. And so the goal is to build a system with checks and balances so that you have less of a potential for the corruption of man. Because the Bible tells us that man's heart is wicked. And that's true. Man's heart is wicked. And so you have to limit the form of corruption. Now, I know that you guys hate capitalism right now, and you guys can't understand. You don't understand it when I say that capitalism is the only system for a free society. But that's true. Capitalism is the only valid system for a free society. And it's not capitalism that has failed us. It is the corruption of man that has failed us. And like I said before, you guys need to listen to what I'm saying. Any system at all will fail if you fill it full of corruption. And Zeitgeist does not limit the potential for that corruption. Zeitgeist actually increases the potential for the corruption of man. So there's two films, I'll put them in the information bar. One of them is called The American Form of Government. And it talks about the most tyrannical and least tyrannical forms of government. And we need to be striving for a form of government that limits the corruption of man. You guys, I know you think it sounds great to not have any job and to, everybody's all the same and we're all going to hold hands and we're all going to work together for a free human race. And you guys right now are saying we're not going to force this on anybody. It's nothing but lies. I mean, I can't believe you guys can't see this. Yeah, they won't force it on you in the beginning, but they will force it on you later on. See, that's exactly how lies get started, and that's exactly you know, this old man Jacque Fresco. One of the sad things is, you know, my Bible tells me to respect my elders, and I do respect my elders, but unfortunately, we've got elders that have just are intent and set on misguiding young people and misguiding the world, and they're being financed by some very big players. So, and if somebody doesn't speak out and speak the truth and defend capitalism, as unpopular as that sounds, we need people who know how to defend capitalism. Not defend the corruption that's in it, not defend the corporatism, and not defend the big corporate companies that have taken over, but defend true laissez-faire capitalism. And Ayn Rand knew how to do that. I've read every single thing Ayn Rand has ever written, and I'm telling you that her books knew how to defend capitalism to the secular society, to people who don't understand you know, what capitalism is and what it should be. But anyway, also I wanted to say, I heard in one of the comments that Charlie Veach, howdy, how you doing? I heard in one of the comments that Charlie Veach apologized for what he said to Zeitgeist, and he now has recanted his position on Zeitgeist. See, that goes back to a video I made earlier about not setting your compass to any man, but setting your compass to the kingdom of God. See, I don't change my position because of what other men say. I already hold my position based on my own research and my own philosophical foundation. And so if somebody either comes into the tent or walks out of the tent that I respect or that I don't respect, I don't change my position. You know, you guys need to understand what a philosophical foundation is. Let's say that an example would be when I'm a 9/11 truther. Everyone knows that I believe 9/11 was an inside job. And then Glenn Beck got on the freaking TV and said, that communist guy that Obama appointed, I can't think of his name right now, he's a black guy. It's Van something, Van Jones, I think it was. Okay, so he said, Van Jones is a 9/11 truther. Oh my goodness. All you 9/11 truthers are communists. All you 9/11 truthers are domestic terrorists. Did I change my position because all of a sudden Van Jones was a 9/11 truther? No. See, I'm a 9/11 truther based on my own research and based on my own philosophical foundation and my own assessment of the facts. I don't change my position based on what others do or don't do. I do use that and I process that information, and if they have a good argument, I'll listen to it and I'll process it in my own philosophical foundation, but I don't change the way I believe about things simply because Van Jones believes like I do. Or another example is, who's that heavy chick? Is a comedian, and she's very anti-God. She's a lesbian too. I can't think of her. Shoot, help me think of her name, guys. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I can't think of her name, but I wish I could because she's such a perfect example. But she is also a 9/11 truther. And people think, well, if you're a 9/11 truther, you must have political beliefs like she does. I'm going to think of her name after I turn this camera off. But anyway, she was Madonna's friend for a while. Darn it. You know how something's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it? But anyway, you know, you guys need to understand how to evaluate the world around you and to make decisions on the world around you and to read. You know, people don't read anymore. And not change your philosophical positions just because the people around you can't set their compass right. It's all about setting your compass right. And if you can't set your own compass and you put your compass in a certain direction based on what men do, you'll always fail. You need to have an internal compass that is independent of what other men do. And so even if you're the only one in the whole world that holds a certain position, then you know, that's okay. That's all right. Because You know, you've studied the facts, you've assessed the situation, you have your own worldview and your own philosophical foundation, and so when people come against you and they say how stupid you are and how antisocial you are and how you're a domestic terrorist, you're a racist, you know, you're a Looney Tune, well, it ain't gonna bother you at all, because you just realize these people ain't got it figured out yet, but eventually they will. So you know, don't let the ridicule of other people and the fact that these other people can't set their compass properly, don't let that affect the truth, and don't let it affect your worldview and your philosophical foundation. Develop your own philosophical foundation, and it takes a lot of research, and it takes life experience. And as a young person, you're going to be naive, and you're going to be easily influenceable. And people are taking advantage of that. But I would ask that you learn how to read, you learn what hard work is. Another thing that I'll end on closing is I'll ask this question regarding all you Zeitgeist robots. Do you think that people that work harder, should be given more? See, that's a very difficult question for people in Zeitgeist to answer, because they don't. They don't believe that people that work harder should be given more. And you have to understand the ramifications of a society that believes like that. And they think there's going to be abundance for everyone and that no one will be lacking. That's a big joke, people. You guys need to wake up to the lies that you're being told. I'm not saying that we can't have abundance for all. America had that at one time. America had abundance for all. But we did it because we had a capitalistic system, and we were founded and we were anchored in an ethical and a moral system. So we didn't become prosperous because we raped and pillaged the world. You know, Jacque Fresco wants you to hate America. When you go to American history class, all they do is talk about slavery and how we screwed over the red man. But there were some wonderful things that happened in America, and you guys you're failing to recognize it, and you're failing to recognize what made America great. And there's nothing wrong with being patriotic, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of your heritage. And there's nothing wrong with having your own opinion. Do you know Jacque Fresco said that it's wrong to have your own opinion? That can be counterproductive to society. You know Jacque Fresco said that it's wrong to be patriotic? You know, that just divides us. Do you know that Jacque Fresco said it's wrong to have pride in your heritage? You know, if you're an African man and you're proud to be black, I think that's a great thing. I think, hey, there's an African man who's proud to be black. That's an authentic African man. That's a really cool thing to see. But when if a white person or a Anglo-Saxon says I'm proud to be Anglo-Saxon, that's a good thing too. That's not a bad thing. It's not like I want to go, destroy all other races. I think all of us should be proud who we are, and to not be apologetic about it. But you guys want to turn it into something it's not, because you know you've been taught and you've been brainwashed. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the sunrise on the beach. Things are lightening up now. So anyway, that's it for today. I love Belize. Belize is the coolest place in the world. And God bless every one of you. And I hope that you guys will mature and read enough to break loose from this lie, this Pied Piper from hell, who's telling you guys that Zeitgeist is a good solution to the world. It's not a good solution to the world. Zeitgeist is a lie from hell. It's nothing but the same old crap. It will be an evil and corrupt and tyrannical system for the human spirit. Even if you don't believe in God, I'm telling you, joining the Zeitgeist system will be evil and corrupt and tyrannical for the human spirit. Okay? There needs to be more people that understand that, because otherwise you're going to drag all of humanity down a pit of hell. But God bless every one of you. Have a great day, and check out Belize. It's the coolest place in the world. Really, really like Belize. Take care.